Okay, Wendy, the recording is in process. The year is 2025. It is August the 21st, 2025. Wendy, we have had several months layoff, but it is officially football season. Wendy, what's up?
I mean, we're back, baby. We are back. Favorite time of the year is football season. Listen, Trey. I'm about as pumped as I've been for a football season in a hot minute. Like I'm ready for this season. I'm ready. We got to do something here. We got to do something here. This is a big year for Alabama football.
Kalen DeVore's second year. Wendy,
Yep.
what has been going on in the past 3 or 4 months? We hadn't got on here since late last year. Tell me what you've been up to. What's going on?
Well, big things for me. I am back in the great state of Alabama. If you can believe it, I'm
Roll
back.
Tide.
Made it back, roll tide, which is awesome. Now, when I'm listening to the radio, I get to listen about Alabama, Auburn, instead of being in Knoxville. It was always Tennessee all the time. But Chris took a job up here in North Alabama. So we have gotten moved in. It's right outside Gadsden in the Glencoe area. Trey, just been a crazy few months, but really glad to be back. I'm about an hour from y'all, from my family in Birmingham. So it's been great. Maylee started school second year at the University of Alabama, and Christopher's going into his senior year at Farragut. So we're just living our best lives right now. Been crazy, but living our best lives.
YOLO, Wendy. At one point, I think you had three houses.
We did. We had a rental. We had the house in Knoxville. Then we bought this house. It's been Trey. I mean, thank you again for the 100th time for coming and helping us. But it's been a wild couple months. But hey, it was all worth it.
Wendy, and thrown in all this stuff. Number one, your place is beautiful, by the way. It's on the lake. It's really nice. And to throw in all this stuff, Wendy, you go on. You started this cruise thing where you go on a bunch of cruises. It feels like you've been on 12 cruises during the
Yeah.
middle of all this. I mean, how was that like trying to figure all that stuff out?
Okay, well, let's talk about this a minute. I'm all about cruise life, and I'm going to tell y'all my thinking behind this. So, when kids are little, you go on vacation, you go to the beach, and I never really felt like I was on vacation because I was going to the grocery store 52 times. You're lugging everything up and down. You're in charge of everybody's entertainment. So, a couple years ago, I'm like, let's just try a cruise. Well, I came back from this cruise and I was refreshed. I felt great. And I was
Oh,
like, okay, they cook for me, they clean for me. There's an itinerary of a million things to do in a day. I'm not in charge of everybody's entertainment. And it was the most relaxed I've ever been. I don't love cruising. I'm obsessed with cruising. Trey, you get on a flight, you fly about an hour and a half down to the port, you get on the boat, you don't have to do anything all week. They clean, they cook. It's the best time I've ever had. Have
what's
a
your favorite? What's your favorite thing to do on the cruise? Like on the actual cruise ship, what do you like to do the most? Do you like the ports? Do you like the karaoke? Do you like the dinners? What do you like? The
Okay,
shows?
so
What's up?
I'm into the shows and the trivia, the bingo. Me and my son, we love buying those bingo cards. I really enjoy the casino. You can go there at night, play a little bit. The porch tray, the thing about a lot of these ships go to the Caribbean. So you can only go to the Caribbean, 42 times, and it's just beaches. They're pretty, don't get me wrong, but you can only do it so many times. I really enjoy the actual cruise ship. I love karaoke. I love the bands. I love the dueling piano bars. Like I just love everything about being on the ship. I love the food. Food can be hit and miss depending on the carrier, like what cruise ship you're on. But listen, you went to Alaska. What'd you think?
I thought it was great. I mean, we had good weather. The cruises are fun. I mean, they're fun, but it wasn't a party cruise that we were on. And I think when I think as a kid, you think of party cruises, and I mean, it's get on there and rock and roll, and I think they're fun. I don't know. I haven't been on a cruise when you're cruising out through the Caribbean. It's 126 degrees and there's 400 people in a pool.
Yeah,
That gets icky to me. I don't
I
know.
don't
It's
do the
like
pool. I do not get in the pool on a cruise ship. I do not get in the pool. That is a no no for
so.
me.
But they did, they do a good job. But Wendy, glad to have you back in Alabama. You're an hour away. We're going to be getting to see some football games together.
Yes.
So we're really looking forward to that. Wendy, as far as me, I've been kind of doing the same thing, going to school, kids going to school, getting out of school. Summers are weird. Summers are just hard because the kids don't have anything to do. And then we got, who's watching them? Well, I thought somebody, and it's just this mass confusion. They got back in school a couple of weeks ago. We're getting back into the flow of that, so that's a good thing. But besides that, I'm getting cranked up for football.
Yeah.
To all the listeners out there, Mommy B, Barry, Jacob, Nacho, Mike, Corbin, all the people. And if I let you, I don't mean to leave you out, but these are all people that have gotten some text threads going, getting everything cranked up, looking for a big year. Alabama's got a good
Yes.
football schedule. We have got a good schedule. Got some really good games. We're going to talk about some of those, Wendy. And we're going to get to rocking and rolling. Let's go ahead and get into it. So here's what we're going to do. So if you've never watched this, and we might should have done this at the beginning of what we were talking about, but A, nothing's planned. B, the show's called Fourth and Wendy. That's Wendy. I'm Trey. We're brother and sister. We get on here and talk about football, whatever else we talk about. But we're still, I think, at 93 subscribers.
Right. Yeah.
Real disappointed we couldn't get to 100. I mean, I'm being serious. I almost made some accounts up just to get to 100. I'm being we've got to get 100 subscribers. If you're listening to this and you just happen to come across this, subscribe to the show. We need 100 subscribers. Or Wendy, I really don't think we're even relevant. So,
well, I don't know if we're relevant at all, but what I'm telling you is it's a good goal. We need, in a whole season, we should be able to pick up 7 subscribers. Seven. I mean, and you have to remember, guys, probably half of the 93 are friends and family that have already subscribed.
100%.
100%. So all of Christopher's friends, when they want to go somewhere before he was driving, I told them I wouldn't go take them anywhere or pay for their food until they subscribed to my YouTube. So the other 30% are my son's friends who wanted something from me, and I made them go on there and subscribe. So I think small goal, 7 more, we can do this.
Okay. The other thing that we're going to talk about is last year we gave out a number to all of our family and friends, which is who this show is really for. And
right.
That's really why we do it. We have fun throughout the year. We gave out the number. We took some messages last year.
Yes.
So we tried to implement the messages last year. It worked pretty well. I don't think people were as gung-ho to get on there and leave a message. And
right.
I really thought we would have some quote unquote characters kind of created throughout the season that we would check in with the messages that they left each week.
Right.
It really didn't happen, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. This year, let's try, it could be that same number that I gave out, but you can text that number as well.
Yes.
So you can text that number, you can put a name, you can put a fake name, and we can read the text live on our show. And anyway, if y'all have got any ideas, let us know.
Well, hold on. Was it Corbin that called on us every week?
Corbin called a couple of times.
Corbin was magnetic. I think he did great on his messages. Always informational. I loved Corbin's.
Corbin had some good calls. Mike, of course, Mike's coming in swinging a sledgehammer at,
every time.
From the word go. He's slinging sledgehammers. That's what the guy does. Well, we got some good ones. Maybe this year there'll be more messages. I'm just trying to say I want to get the people that we know that we hang out with more involved in the show. If they want to be more involved in the show, we might open up a text line to it. Wendy, let's talk about expectations. Let's just talk about overall expectations in the football season. Not Alabama, not SEC, just the overall. We're going to have another 12-team playoff. They're going to be seeded a little bit different. Wendy, in college football, what are you excited about this season?
Well, I mean, we've all kind of had to get into this NIL thing, so we're a couple years into it. So I think we all understand the sport is a little bit different at this point. I think as true diehard fans, when this NIL really started taking over, we just didn't love the way it was going, pouted about it for a good 2 years. And I think now we kind of understand it a little bit more. But overall, I really think, with the NIL, we've got more teams that are being talked about throughout the year, other than just your main Alabama, Georgia's, Penn State, Ohio State's. You've thrown some more teams here into the mix. So, I'm looking for a good TV schedule this year. I thought last year was hit and miss with TV. Like, I'm really looking for these guys to figure this out, whoever they are, whoever these
Yeah.
network people are. Like, let's get this figured out. And I'm hoping for like more of a consistency throughout the day of good games. Last year, it didn't feel like you'd have a great game for some reason at 11 o'clock in the morning Central Time, and then your next really good game was at 8:45, and it's just
Yeah.
like, let's get some consistency. It felt like it used to be that way in the whole part of the day where we've got a couple, good games in a row. So I'm hoping to see that this year.
Well, yeah, week one's going to be great. We know week one's going to be
Yeah.
great. Week two is not good, but
No.
week three is good. I think they've got it. I think after week three, we should be getting fairly good weeks. I think week two this year might be the only week that is not a good week. Yeah, overall college football, I think it's going to be exciting. I think the TV schedules are going to be a little bit better for these teams. Wendy, let's get into it. The
Yeah.
Alabama
Yep.
Crimson Tide roll cranks in the 2025 season. Kalen DeBoer, year two. Everything's calming down. It's to my knowledge, and just by the way, if you're new to this show or haven't listened to this show, some of the facts that we have are not like hardcore facts. These are what we think. We think we heard a guy talking about at the office facts.
Right.
So I don't think we had anybody transfer out. I think everybody at Alabama that was there stayed there.
Right.
That's what I heard. We had some guys that drafted. So Alabama is coming back with a team that was pretty loaded with some really good players. Wendy, the big question is the quarterback.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson was named the quarterback. Wendy, what are you expecting from the Alabama Crimson Tide? Lay it on the line.
Well, let me go back to last year. I think Kalen DeBoer, and I think he's actually said this. I don't know if he was truly ready for the University of Alabama fan base. I'm not sure
ready
he
for
was.
the country, baby.
I don't think he quite understood what all he was getting into. However, I still do think truly in my heart that he was the best coach out there that we could get. And I thought we had an incredible first season. I know probably it didn't feel like that last year with the Vanderbilt loss and losses that we had. But listen, for a first-year coach to win the games that we won, I'm excited. I feel like he felt very loyal to Jalen Milroe. I think we'll see some of that different this year. I think he understands that as a fan base, we don't really care who our quarterback is. They need to win ball games. And if they're not doing the job, take them out, put somebody else in. My expectations are a little bit higher this year. Our receiving core, our wide receiving core should be a little bit more to me, they should look a little bit better. Like, I'm a big, what is it, Gerard? I know it's
Bernard.
everybody knows Williams. I like that guy. I felt
Bernard,
like he
number 5.
Bernard. I thought he was a lot more consistent last year than Williams. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what our wide receiver core can do. Quarterback, I honestly am excited about Ty Simpson. He sat back, he's watched. You and I have talked a lot about there's something to sitting back and like watching this game go for a couple years and seeing how all this works. I think he can be a really good quarterback for us. And look, he won the locker room. It doesn't matter what we think. He won the locker room. So what I expect is to come in and master blast people. I want to go back to Saban 2013, where we were master blasted, winning 50-2. You couldn't hang with the University of Alabama. Is that reasonable? Probably not. But, that's my whole personality. But that's what my expectations are. I'm a little concerned about our kicking game. Like, I think we're about to take a step back where we got used to having a kicker. But if you're a longtime Alabama fan, that can be what Trey likes to call our bugaboo. And so a little concerned about the punter and the kicker situation. But if you're scoring touchdowns, it doesn't matter as much. So my expectations are high. But I want to remind everybody, it's still just his second year. I mean, we've got to go in. We got to cheer for our team no matter what's going on. And I think he's got the weapons to do it. What do you think?
No, I agree with you 100%. I thought Jalen, going back to last year, like you said, I think Jalen Miller was just the best quarterback on the team and probably gave us the best chance to win the game. And you have to accept who the guy was. This is really what I think about Ty Simpson and this offense this year. I think we're going to have great receivers. Our running back, Jam Miller, getting hurt last week, not a good sign. I think we're going to be out with him 3 or 4 weeks. You still want your best running back in there. But this Ty Simpson guy, I'm convinced that our head coach and Grubb, I think, is our offensive coordinator. He came from Seattle last year. He came in and he's back. Like this is the DeBoer and Grubb are kind of the pair that kind of makes everything go. I'm convinced that the Grubb guy creates an offense that basically tells Ty Simpson, if this is what's going on, this is where you throw the ball. If this guy moves this way, you throw the ball. I think they've got the offense designed to where if this guy can just read a defense a little bit, I'm talking about a little bit, there's going to be people wide open and we're going to score some points. I don't think they could do that with Milroe last year. Number one, Grubb wasn't here, but I don't think they could do that with Milroe last year. And that's no banging on him. If Ty Simpson can do that, if Ty Simpson can go out there and read a defense and make some just basic reads, I think we're going to have an explosive offense and we're going to score a bunch of points. That's
Right.
really what I see. I think our defense is going to get better. The younger guys that played last year are going to have more experience.
Mhm.
Supposedly our defensive line's good. Now you listen to all the pundits, it seems like everybody in the country has good defensive lines and
Yeah.
every team in the country's good. I don't know how that could be true, but you got Lawson back at linebacker. So what I expect from Alabama this year, excuse me, am I spitting on myself? Let's go.
Let's go. Get pumped.
But that's my point. I think Alabama will score points when we have to score points. Can we stop people? And can we be good in special teams? And that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're the University of Alabama and there's specialized kicking people all over the earth. All over
Earth.
the earth. There's soccer players, there's Australian people, there's all these people. How do we not have a kicker?
Yeah.
Because I have heard, and I'm not going to tell you who I heard it from, because at the scrimmage, I heard Alabama at the scrimmage, they said the kicking game, the field goal kicking game,
Right.
did not look very polished.
Right.
Let me put it to
Right.
you that way.
Yeah.
So anyway, as an Alabama fan, number one, we've got a really good schedule. Number two, I think Kalen DeBoer has got his team where he wants them.
Yeah.
And we're gonna figure it out real quick at 2:30 against Florida State, Wendy.
Yeah,
But
we
as
are.
far as expectations for Alabama, I think it's safe to say 10-2 would be a good year. I think anything above 10-2 would be a great year. And
Yep.
we've got to get into the playoffs. I don't care what
have
anybody
to.
says. And I'm done with the we just got to no. You got players. Everybody
Yep.
says you got players. You got players. You got everybody back. Everybody's happy. Everybody loves everybody. You better make it to the playoffs this year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And I mean, going back to what you say, Trey, about defense, I mean, we got to get off the field on third down. Like we got to get off the field on third down when we're on defense. You see what I'm saying? Last year, you had a lot of teams. If everybody remembers Vanderbilt, they're just going for it fourth down. Like they hit us in some weak spots. We got to get off the field on third downs. Like it became to me the joke of the season. How many people were going for it on fourth down against Alabama? Not only going for it, getting it. You see what I'm saying? And that cannot continue. Our defense is going to have to step up and really figure out how to do this. But, as far as like an SEC as a whole, like what are you thinking? What is on the schedule? What do you think the toughest game is going to be for us? And I'm going to go ahead.
What you got?
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say I actually don't think it's going to be Georgia, but go ahead.
Well, let's go down the list here. Let's go down the list. We have got Florida State, Wendy.
I mean, we should win it. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I pretty much figured out we'd win it when that one guy started talking crap.
You're talking about their quarterback, Wendy. You're talking about their quarterback. Yeah, he's talking trash, which is
that's
not
50
smart.
To nothing. Not smart.
But Wendy, who's calling the plays for the Florida State Seminoles?
Your favorite coach of all time, Gus Malzahn. I don't disagree.
Gus
I don't
Malzahn is the
disagree.
head, yeah,
Yep.
is the offensive coordinator for Florida
Yep.
State. Wendy, the only good thing you've got about Gus Malzahn being there is it's early in the season.
Right.
It typically takes Gus Malzahn till 4 or 5 games in the
You're
season once
right.
he figures out what he's doing. So it's going to be an interesting game. Wendy, let's go down the list. We're going to talk about Alabama's schedule. We'll talk about a couple other teams. All right, Alabama plays Florida State. They play La Monroe. They play the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yep. Yep.
Next game, big game on the 27th, the Georgia
Georgia.
Bulldogs.
Yep. Yep.
Alabama plays Vanderbilt in a redemption game.
I mean, could be a big game.
I mean, we're in 2025 talking about Vandy is a redemption game.
Yeah, that's something's wrong there.
This is where we're at. Missouri, Alabama plays Missouri on October the 11th. Tennessee, the Tennessee Vols come into Bryant-Denny Stadium on October 18th.
Yep.
Tennessee has probably a quarterback issue. We'll see what they've got early. Alabama
Yep.
has to go to South Carolina. Wendy, your favorite coach.
Let's,
Alabama goes to South Carolina. Wendy, what's up?
let's stop there. So this to me is one of our biggest games on that schedule. I told you years ago that Shane Beamer was going to build something over there, and by gosh, this guy's done it. We barely scraped out of there last year, and I mean barely got out of it last year. Not only that, I believe South Carolina got robbed on 2 games. Take out, I'm glad we beat them. There were 2 games, I'm telling you, they got robbed last year. I'm going to tell you something. That game right there might be a trickier game than we want it to be. Those South Carolina Gamecocks, they go crazy at that stadium. It is hyped. We have to go there. They know we barely got by last year. And Trey, that is going to be a game this year. You mark my words, mark your calendar. That's going to be a tough one. That's going to be dog against dog on that one. 100%.
Dog versus
dog.
Well,
Against dog.
Yeah, South Carolina lost a bunch. They still have their quarterback Sellers, which is really what seems to make that team go. Winnie, we play the LSU Bengal Tigers. I mean, Mettenberger's back, but that is at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Yep.
Saban Field, Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Except, I mean, everybody's talking. Have you heard everybody talking about how good? I'm like, it's Brian Kelly. And here's the thing. You'll do this every year with LSU. They're going to be great. They're going to be great. And then, boom, here goes Brian Kelly. I don't see it. I could be completely wrong. I don't understand all the hype about them at the beginning of every single football season. It's like they don't have anything to talk about. I'll just have to see how LSU's first few games go. I just don't foresee him as being an issue. Could be wrong.
Alabama plays Oklahoma.
Yeah. Isn't that who we lost to last year because we threw 92 interceptions at the end of the game?
Yeah, lost to Oklahoma. Yeah, and it did knock us out of the playoffs.
It took contention. Yeah, 100% it did.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if we win that game, beat Auburn, we're in the playoffs.
We're in.
So, yeah, Oklahoma is it. And then the Alabama-Auburn game, we will have to go to Auburn again this year, Winnie. That's just a quick rundown of the Alabama schedule. All right, so let's move down to the SEC. The big dogs that everybody's talking about is Tennessee. And we're going to jump back on here next week to talk about the actual games that are next week. But they have Texas.
Yeah.
Real quick, Wendy, can Arch Manning do it or not? I mean, it's Archie for Heisman. Is it Arch?
Arch. I think it's Arch. Listen, I don't know. He's a Manning. They got to have something to talk about. I particularly agree with some of the pundits that are saying if he was that good, why didn't he start the entire season last year? Trey, I don't know. Like, I think it's one of those. I'll tell you what, we're going to find out the first week when they play Ohio State. We're going to find out pretty quick. The thing is, he's got a really good team around him. And I think you used to say this, like, when you got a lot of good players around you, they can make you look really good. When you got a lot of bad players around you, they can make you look really bad. You know what I mean? So he's got a good team around him. Obviously, Steve Sarkisian is an amazing offensive mastermind. He's going to put him in the best position to make the plays that need to be made. I don't know, but it's what everybody's talking about. I don't know yet. Lot of
pressure on Arch, man.
Lot
of pressure. We'll see if he can handle it. This is kind of why we're here. The other team that kind of drops down, the Georgia Bulldogs. We've got Barry down there. You got Georgia Bulldogs coming in with a guy named Gunnar Stockton. He played a little bit last year with as good as Georgia has been, they are not getting near the hype. They
Mm-mm,
are not
none.
getting near, in my opinion, the respect that the program deserves. Does Kirby come out and, put all these doubters to shame, or is Georgia going to struggle this year?
Well, I mean, to say that Georgia's going to ever struggle, their defense should be elite. I mean, they have, typically one of the best defenses in the country, but that's why I love Kirby. I mean, he's a fantastic defensive coordinator, fantastic head coach. Listen, I'm a little concerned about their offense. I mean, I'm a little concerned, but I mean,
Do they have anybody that can catch? They
that's
need
my question.
receivers that can catch. You're at
That
the
is the
University of
question.
Georgia. Do you have three guys you can run out there and not get open, because their guys get open all the time? They don't
Right.
catch the football.
Right.
Do they have some people that can catch the football? Wendy, we did just talk about the LSU Bengal Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
This Mettenberger guy, I don't know why LSU is supposed to be good. We'll see what happens with that. Let's get on into the SEC just a little bit more, and then we're going to jump off here. We have got the Florida Gators, Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Lagway. Is Billy Napier with another brutal schedule? He's had these 2 years of brutal. Is Florida going to do something or not?
Well, I don't know. I mean, last year they were calling for this poor guy's head, the coach's head, after week 2, including me. I was like, there's zero way this guy's going to keep his job. And then he damn near won every game at the end. You know what I mean? So Florida looked a lot better at the end of the season last year than they obviously did at the beginning. Listen, Florida's one of those teams, I don't really like them, but I'd like to see them come back. You know what I mean? Come on back a little bit. Let's go back to like you and I were growing up. Florida was it. I mean, that was the game, Trey, I don't know. I mean, I hope so. I hope they but I do like Billy Napier, and so do you, right? Like, you're a Billy Napier fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I think Billy Napier, I really think he's got control of his team.
Right.
As long as he still has them bought in, I think you're going to see some good things out of him. Wendy, your old home, not your new home, but your old home, the Tennessee Volunteers lose their quarterback to UCLA, basically the first holdout of college football.
Yeah.
Or the one that I can know of. I mean, there were some things that were going on. He basically didn't show up to practice, and they kicked him off the team. So I didn't think he was that great last year. I thought he had potential to be great. Tennessee was a playoff team last year. Wendy, can they keep the same form, a.k.a. Tennessee have a defense? Can they make another run, yes or no?
Defense, I don't know why you're bringing up defense. The problem with Tennessee, in my opinion, for the past 10 years is they cannot get an offensive line going. I believe that. So your problem is you can get whatever quarterback you want to get in there, and if your offensive line cannot protect the quarterback, over years, that's going to start hurting you in recruiting a good quarterback. I'm not concerned about their defense. I'm still concerned about their offensive line. Now, did they trade for the other guy? Went to UCLA, Nico. Oh, Nico. And didn't they get UCLA's guy?
Yeah,
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, but let me tell you something.
Wendy, is Tennessee going to be good or not? I mean, I'm hearing all this. Are they going to be good or not?
If their offensive line has not gained about 400 pounds between all of them, absolutely not. They have got to get some linemen in there that can protect the quarterback and allow the quarterback to make the plays that need to be made. I don't believe that Tennessee will have as good of a run as they did last year. I don't.
Listen,
I'm not a Heupel fan. I'm not a Heupel fan. Let me tell you this.
Heupel will get guys running wide open. The problem with Nico last year is he didn't hit them. I mean, he's got guys running wide open, and it's not because he's getting blasted. It's because the quarterback didn't hit him. He had Milton a day before. I'm running out of time. We're going to have to get off here. He had Milton the year before that couldn't hit a deep pass. If the guy ever gets a quarterback that can hit a deep pass, Tennessee's going to win a bunch of games. I look for Tennessee to be a sneaky good team. I don't think they have a really hard schedule. And I look for Tennessee to kind of get back to where they were last year. They have a huge matchup against Georgia week 3.
Yes.
Wendy, that's what we're going to talk about there. All right, who else we're going to talk about wrapping this thing up? I know we have left somebody out.
Yeah. So to me, I'm just going to say this. Auburn, you're in a pickle, buddy. Y'all are in a pickle. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all are in a pickle, Auburn.
Wendy,
Trey?
I messed this up. The Auburn football Tigers, Wendy and Hugh Freeze.
I know. They have
This guy's on a different planet, buddy. I'm
different
just
planet.
telling you,
Yep.
he's on a different planet. What do you think's going to happen with the Auburn Tigers, Wendy? I know you were trying to tell me, but what are they going to be good or not?
I don't think they can be. I think I don't know what's happened to Hugh Freeze. He should have stayed over there at Liberty, but I'm going to tell you something. Y'all should get ready to welcome Deion Sanders as your next head coach because Trey, I'm calling it early. I'm calling it early. Deion Sanders to Auburn next year. Call it, write it down, put your money on it in Vegas. It's happening. Who else is going to go there? Nobody. So I'm just telling you, Auburn, y'all are in it this year. I got a bad feeling for Auburn this year. But listen, if it gets you Deion Sanders, it's all worth it.
You're gonna go with Deion Sanders to Auburn next year.
100. I don't think Hugh Freeze will make it through the season.
Wendy,
Trey, how many times have I been right? You never believe. I'm just telling y'all what's going to happen. Write it down, take a picture, screenshot it, and then come back. And then we'll get our followers. Because I'll be worldwide known to be the first one to call it. Yeah. Other guy we hadn't talked about, and I know we got to go, Ole Miss, always sneaky. Y'all know I'm a Lane Kiffin fan deep in my heart. I mean, we'll see what Lane Kiffin's got this year.
Yeah, and Lane Kiffin's got a really good defensive coordinator. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be, but the quarterback's been there a while. And that's what I think. We'll wrap this up. I'm really fascinated with how the season goes. A lot of good storylines. And the SEC is so big when we added Texas and Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. We've got the stalwarts of our conference that we can always talk about too. So, Wendy, I love you. What day are we going to try to do this on next week? Do we keep it on Thursday or do we do it on Wednesday or what? I just don't know that I can commit to 2 shows. We're going to have to do 1 show a week.
Right.
Do we do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Jason Rockhill told me he listens to this Friday morning going to work. What do we do with our lives?
I think that's what we do. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm good with whatever day. But yeah, we've got to do 1 day a week. You're too busy with the kids. It's too hard to do 2 days. We could do specials like we're together on Saturday. The first week. If we wanted to get on and do a quick one just because we're together. But for the most part, it's going to be 1 day a week. We'll let you guys know by next week what that day what day we're going to.
Yeah, it always seems like Thursdays are just the best days. But I agree with you. You don't get the real reaction by Thursday. Everybody's kind of moved on. Wendy, we're going to have some guests this year. Who are we going to have on the show? Who are we getting back on the show?
We need Nacho. Nacho's always good. Barry, one of the best that we've ever had. He's very informative. I mean, I think Corbin getting on there, getting cranked up. Rockhill would be a good little ad. He's a big old Alabama fan. So I think we try to get a few other people on and, but obviously everybody's busy. So it's hard to get everybody linked up for the same day.
Listen, do we do this? Do we get Mike on and put a disclaimer and just be like, okay, Mike, there's no filter. This is the no filter segment. Do we do that? Do we do a no filtered segment?
We'd have to with him because here's the deal. We do try to keep this clean. We really do. But listen, I have to catch myself. Like I get so worked up that I have to really catch myself as well. But he's so dynamic. He loves Alabama and he loves the sport of football. He's very smart. He just sometimes uses words that, might get filtered from. That's it.
So, hey, listen, what it's going to be is a Zoom link. So we might Zoom link it out. Yep. We might get some text going. Wendy, I'll catch up with you next week. I love you. Looking forward to a great, fun season, and we will catch up with you later.
All right, roll tide.
All right, roll tide. Love you.
Love you. Bye.